in this new AITF alumni web series. I'm Lucas Perez. I'm the French representative for the AITF Alumni Network, and I'm also an author and expert in health and aging solutions. So today it's a pleasure to have you in my web series and to have a coffee with Benoit Germanos, who is the CEO of SOMEO Solutions, which is an amazing tech company specialized in wellness solution and the well-being mental solutions for patients, but also for the general public. He will tell us about his life path, about his background, about his company, and his feeling about the power of relaxation and meditation for patients at hospital. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we will answer them during a Q&A session. So, as you maybe saw, we organized a lottery to earn tickets for Viva Tech, which is one of the most famous European tech events. And winners will be contacted directly by email and message the next few days after giving their feedback. 1 B2B pass and 50 student passes will be allocated regarding the eligibility rules. So if you want to learn more about innovative and disruptive solutions in healthcare, don't hesitate to join the network scanning this QR code. And before to pass my time to Benoit, I'm going to quickly address the meditation and relaxation app market. And to do that, I need to ask you 2 questions. The first question is, how many people here has ever used a relaxation app? So to say yes, put a sign in the chat and you have 10 seconds to answer it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And let me ask you the second question. The second question is, how many of you has ever used an app at hospital? Same process, put a sign in the chat and you have 10 seconds to answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now let me count. Okay. So, okay. So for the first questions, we have 83% of yes and 70% of not. And for the second question, it's more it's more mixed. We have 50% of yes and 50% of no. So it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise to see this result, because the amount of general public relaxation app is higher than the total of specialized relaxation-based solutions for patients at hospital. There is a little amount of solution, mobile and connected solutions for patients at hospital for now, this day. Meditation, yoga, and good sleep are part of everyone's life to ensure good health, considering the amount of stress we deal with in our personal lives and our patient life. And of course, the pandemic has confirmed these solutions. So now I want to give you some numbers and stats about this market, about the market on meditation and relaxation apps. First of all, there was 65% searches for yoga and meditation app, like for example, mindfulness app on Google between 2019 and 2020, according Google stats. We have also more than 2,500 meditation and relaxing app on the store, created from 2015, according to a report from App Inventive. And then, so regarding the market, this lucrative market, if I can say, we have 1.7 billion euro by 2029, which is representing the European meditation market, according to source from DBMR. So regarding this success in the area of a relaxation hub for general public, we can see a new generation of company and editors work on relaxation apps with a medical purpose, with a purpose for the patient. And now we can also see that more and more clinical trials are approving this type of solution. That's why certain startups like SOMEO, leading by Benoit, has personalized its hub for the need of multiple type of patients, such women in gynecology, for instance, seniors in geriatric, or also children in pediatrics. The rise of digital therapeutics, such as mobile app for mental well-being, is real, is very real. And patient wants an alternative to drugs treatment, and SOMEO seems to respond to the request. So with this phrase, I let Benoit to present himself and what he wants to achieve with the SOMEO project. So Benoit, if you want to take the lead, it's your turn.
Okay, thank you, Lucas. Thank you for the introduction and the presentation. So hello, everybody. I'm Benoit Germanos. I'm the co-founder and CEO of SOMEO Solutions. We are a French startup, and actually we are in Marseille. And I'm very happy to share this coffee with you this morning. I don't have slides to share because I just want to share my face with you during this coffee time. And what I want to say for us, for SOMEO Solutions, that the point is what Lucas just said. We want to be a rest, relax meditation solution for patients at hospital. So quickly, I'm starting with my background. So I started my career as a sound engineer, producing sound content. I always had a sensitivity for healthcare, and I very quickly worked on soundtrack for dialysis rooms or health spaces. I was also a sound interaction, if we can say that, teacher in video game schools. And I started SOMEO a few years ago with another co-founder, Émeric Masson, for his name. So now I'm going to present our solutions, and right now, I want to announce immediately that I reserve you two surprises at the end of this webinar. 2 sessions of audio-guided relaxation soundtrack will be free to access for you. So it's generalistic session. It's say that it's not intended for health context or patients, just to relax. And there is one in French and one in English. So to access to it, you will have to leave this webinar at the end, of course, and join one of the 2 Zoom meetings. And the links of the 2 Zoom meeting for the relaxing session will be given in the chat right now, probably, or in a few seconds, and at the end of the webinar. So to quickly introduce our business, we provide solutions to improve the quality of life of patients at the hospital or at home. These solutions are based on soundtrack, and we respond with a non-drug way to 3 main issues: pain, which can be chronic or no, difficulties in sleep and falling asleep, and mental health and anxiety. So these soundtracks use different techniques such as self-hypnosis, hypnosis, or guided meditation, or other techniques, and different kind of stuff. So it includes a voice to guide the user. We have very short soundtracks from 8 minutes, and we have very long soundtracks, for example, several hours. So to continue, I want to share our history, yes, and activity. So we started our activity in 2016 in context of health prevention in companies and improvement of the quality of life of the employees, with diagnosis of well-being, with awareness and training workshops for teams, and the goal for us has always been to propose a solution. So here we offer our mobile app that allows the user to access to sound session for rest, relaxation, freely at work and at home. But very early, we wanted with Emmerich, the other co-founder, to offer a solution for patients in health context. So in 2018, we did a small experiment in a palliative care hospital by offering soundtracks to patients, and the results have been very encouraging. In 2019 and 2020, we applied, then we were selected, and then we followed a startup acceleration program initiated by the Ramsay Santé Foundation and Pfizer Innovation France, which was targeted to preventive solutions. So we followed this program, and then March 2020 arrived, and then the COVID situation, and you know all this stuff that we probably want to forget. So we stopped a number of actions and stopped a lot of studies we were started before. A lot of things were interrupted. So after this period, this time of COVID, we started again our business for health context and hospital at the end of spring 2021. It's been about a year now, and even if the year 2021 was very impacted, still impacted by the COVID pandemic, we managed to deploy our solution in health context and hospitals. So the activity for companies still exists, and we have great references like companies like AXA or Crédit Agricole, it's a bank, a French bank, or Botanique, big companies. But now we are focused on deploying our healthcare solution to patients and seniors. So we try to think the solution to the point of use, because we have several technical devices that allow access to this soundtrack I'm talking about. So we have tablets that are available to patients in healthcare facilities or hospital or different places. We have a mobile app that allows the patient to use outside the walls of the hospital, at home or anywhere actually. And we have a temporary solution available by scanning a QR code, and which allows temporary access without login and password. So it's really easy to use for people at the hospital or older people. They don't want to log in and password and forget the password and everything. So this is our technical devices, and I think Luca has a question about studies and all scientific points about what we do.
Yes, so thank you, Benoit, for sharing your experiences, for sharing your life path. That is an important aspects of business, to understand how the business is created from the beginning. So thank you for sharing this. And my question, my actual question is now, what are the studies you take into account to build your solutions, and how many studies or observations you took into account to develop SOMEO. What is inspiring the SOMEO Solutions in its developments?
Yes, thank you. Yes, actually, there is a lot of things inspiring SOMEO Solution, and the first thing which is inspiring us is to try to respond to the need and the ask of the want of the patient to find non-drug way to get better, and especially in health context and hard health context like oncology or pain management or kind of stuff like that. So, of course, there is several studies about meditation, relaxation solution in health context hospital. That's, for example, in medicine or in cancer or in oncology. Though the studies I will talk right now, I think you can share the sources in the chat. So in oncology, we have relaxation techniques have significant positive effect on treatment-related symptoms because we have chemotherapy or something like that. And the consequences are nausea, pain, tension, heart rate. So technique like relaxation or meditation have significant positive effect on this. We have another study, but there is a lot of studies actually, but I can talk about this. Relaxation techniques and meditation reduce the risk of depression by up to 50%. So it's huge in the post-cancer time. So that's two examples, but there is different and several studies on this subject. For SOMEO right now, we made a medical expertise that questions several specialties with regard to relevance that SOMEO can have for the patient they taking care of. So in geriatrics, pediatrics, sorry for my English, I'm French, gynecology, obstetrics, neurology, surgery, and operating room, anesthesia, intensive care, and psychiatry. So on this medical expertise study, we get 73% of medical relevance and 92% of positive usage feeling. So it's just a signal for us to confirm us that we are in the good way, actually. We also conduct impact studies in different institutions, or hospital when we deploy our solution in oncology and in outpatient surgery. And the elements that stand out in a significant way are reduction of anxiety, help in pain management, and help with rest and sleep. That the 3 points the patient give us significant rating for the help that SOMEO give to them. So it's really encouraging for us because the rating is really high. This month, we are launching a partnership with the Institute of Integrative Medicine that is adding non-drug intervention to its cancer patient management protocol. And we are really excited about this because this institute, the name is Institut Raphael, is able to, in Paris, is able to show convincing results on the benefit of integrative medicine in health, in oncology. So we also have been approached by healthcare companies to work with them to serve patients in context that can be hard at the hospital, but at home too, because some chemotherapy can be used at home, and sometimes patient can be isolated alone with this kind of treatment. So we are a solution for this. then
yes. So thank you, Benoit, for this presentation. So what is interesting in your development and in your solution, it's the way you experiment the solution through the hospital, clinics, and maybe a day through a sort of laboratory to test the solution in a clinical trial mode. And it's very interesting and it's very promising because you give a sort of credibility, a scientific credibility to your solution, and I want to congratulate you for that.
Thank you very much.
Which is very very important when you are an editor or a tech company in the field of mobile and connected healthcare solutions. So I got a question. I got another question for you. So you talk about your solutions, your experience, but can you tell me about your vision? Give us an overview for you of the area of healthcare connected, so linked to the relaxation and meditation solutions, about the market, a focus maybe on the market, link to your targets also, because actually your targets are the hospitals, clinics, big groups like botanics, as you said. But tell me more about your clients, maybe your business.
Yes, thank you. So, of course, I want to start by the use of the solution because I think it's really important. We try to answer to an ask, actually, a demand of patients or people for non-drug solutions. Of course, this and Luca, you told that these non-drug solutions have to be scientific analyzed, and there is a different action in this way. In French, we say INM, it's a non-drug intervention, it's an intervention non médicamenteuse, and there is a lot of action to scientifically analyze these solutions. So we want to be a part of it, a part of these non-drug solutions in the healthcare context, health establishment, hospitals, clinics, and everything. But what is important is to think about that, but to think about the use of the solution. And I think one thing is really important is the simplicity of use, especially for people at the hospital, and especially for people like senior or older people, because there is too much, I think, tech companies which making great work and great software on great apps and everything, but we fall because these companies are created by people under 40 maybe or 45 years old, and and even us, we forget too often, I think, that people at the hospital are tired, sick, they are not or senior are not really sorry for my English because I'm looking for my word actually, but they are not really easy on tech tools. So we have to think about that, and we have to think about the use of these solutions for the patient and for the professionals. So now, you know, I talk about what we want to do in health context. I talk about the use by the patient, and now I want to talk about the use by the professional, because at the hospital, for example, professional has not a lot of time to find the password, the login for connecting the tablet to the Wi-Fi and everything. Because of course, solutions are existing and really good to use, but real life is not laboratory. So the tablets in real life disconnect from the Wi-Fi, and they need to connect again on the Wi-Fi, but there is a security level on the Wi-Fi at the hospital, and this is important, that the tablet cannot connect to the Wi-Fi. So at the end, they don't use the solution. And I think I'm really sad about that, about it. So to summarize what I want to say is our targets for business are health establishments, hospital, clinics, wishing to provide their patients, and it's maybe for various pathologies like oncology, pain management, geriatrics, psychology, and everything with non-drug solutions. But the point and the thing we want to make is to find some way to use it really easily for patient and professional in the health context. So our desire is to really be a non-medicated rest relaxation solution dedicated to health context, and we want to stand out from apps, general apps for meditation that you can find on App Store, on Play Store, even if these apps are very good for general people. But I think the use has to be the rule. And I talk about what we want to do, the client, the use for the patient, the use for the professional. And I didn't talk enough about the soundtrack we produce, I think. So just before ending this, we are developing soundtracks for pain management, specifically for anxiety before surgery, to help the patient before the anesthesia, for example. And if the patient is relaxed before the anesthesia, the waking up is easily for the patient, easily made for the patient. So we try to develop things, especially for health context. We have another way we have another program that we are developing right now is for senior people with specific help to chronic pain, because of course senior people are not really easy using tech tools, but they are 75 or 70% touched by chronic pain. So we have to help them with our non-drug solution, because they are already taking a lot of medicine. Mm-hmm. So of course, to conclude really quickly, for those we have questions, I invite you to send us an email or on contact@someo.net. I think you can share it in the chat. We can answer you. And I want to propose to people who take care of patients, professional or of healthcare, researcher, people like that working in the hospital or clinics, how with us right now, that we can organize a demo with your patients in remote or in real. So contact us for that too. We are really excited to share and to organize this demo with your patient. So yes, just to conclude, I remind you that you have access to 2 relaxation sessions right now, and that's it. I give the microphone to Luca.
So thank you, Benoit, for the presentation. And we had a question from Sisu during your intervention.
Okay.
The question is, what challenges have you faced in developing your business in healthcare? So you pretty much, you highlight the fact that okay, you offer your solution in hospital, clinics, and other groups in France. Maybe you have the desire to expand, to extend your business all across Europe with this idea of internationalization. And yes, this is also a good question to link with the question from Sizu. So what are the challenge have you faced? Maybe technical challenges, medical challenges, or marketing or communication challenges, because your product is focused on the patient, but the patient don't really pay, if I well understood, don't really pay the solution. It's the hospital, it's the clinics, maybe a department or a public bodies. But what challenges have you faced by the past?
We face a lot of challenges, of course. And there is different kind of challenges, I think. And all the challenges are not all right now. We always face challenges, even right now. So I think one of the challenges is the business model, of course, because I don't know if it's different in between. There is difference between countries, but in France, the health insurance and health companies, it's complicated to sell something to the patient, even if it's good for his health, right? So the first challenge is, I think the first challenge is business model. So we have to find I think smart way to get in the hospitals, but more and more hospitals now are, and it's connected to the second challenge. More and more hospitals right now are thinking that this kind of solutions, non-drug solutions, we say that generally, are good for patients and are they can pay for it, the hospital. Of course, they need to have studies, and that the second challenge, that prove that the solutions are good for the patient, for example, in therapeutics context, or for helping people to prepare surgery and everything. So they need studies about medical studies about this. But there is study. No, there is an analysis of the cost of these solutions, because non-drug solutions are not expensive regarding some solution and some medicines and some people taking care of patients. So there is I try to make a transition to my second challenge. I'm sorry, because my English, I'm looking for my words, but the first challenge for me is the business model. The second challenge for me is the studies and the analysis, objective analysis of this kind of solution from the medicine point and from the economics point, because it's really important for the clients, for us, the hospital, the clinics, and everything, to get tools to decide, because that's the point. Then we have another challenge that it's connected to the second challenge. It's the studies. It's the how can I say that? It's the mentality, what people and what medical teams have in mind. And I think there is an evolution about that. And the evolution is, of course, connected to these studies. that are proving that these solutions are good for the patient. But there is an evolution, because a few years ago, we, for example, in oncology, the time with the patient, the time with the doctor and his patient was really short. So doctor, sorry. So okay, I'm starting again. So a few years ago, we had difficulties to prove that solution like our is good for the patient and for people in oncology context. Now with 2Ds, it's proving that it's help for pain management and everything. So the mentality of doctors and medical teams are changing. So the three challenges for me, for summarize what I want to say, is first, business model. Secondly, studies about medicines and economics. And the third is about the mentality of medical teams. But you know, all the mentality are changing. So we have another question.
Yes, thank you, Benoit, for answering CESU question. So yes, we have another question from Miriam, and Miriam said, do you need some sort of CE certification, and if yes, will you launch your solution before getting this certification? So it's an interesting point. It's an interesting question, because a lot of preventive solution, because you may be positioning as a preventive solutions, because you act on the mental health before the apparition of the disease, the psychic disease, or the functional disease. And for this type of solutions, when the solution is preventive, you also have the possibility to get the C certification. And I think it's a good question, because a lot of tech company in healthcare choose to don't go to the C certification for many reasons. For example, the financial reasons. Because C certification has a cost, yes, with a doubt, or for time-consuming reason, you know, because it takes time. It's true, it's a fact. And the question from Miriam is very interesting, because a lot of tech company, a lot of startups claims their medical purpose without maybe have the C certification. So do you have this type of C certification? Yes, even if you have a medical purpose. So what's your response?
Yes, thank you for the question. It's a really good question. Yes. So we don't have a CE certification because right now, I'm talking right now, but maybe things will change in the future. But right now, we don't have CE, and we don't want to be we don't want to be recorded as a medical device, because if the idea is to be a medical device as something like that, tablet, it's easy to record this tool like a medical device. But the question is about the software and what is inside, because of course there is a big cost about that. But yes, to answer with the question, we don't want to be a medical device right now. And we launch solution before getting this certification, because we don't have this certification. But you know, we don't. I think we have to make a little bit definition about what things are considered like medical devices, and what gate open to be a medical device. Actually, in France, medical device opened the door to the payment by the health insurance. And there is other way to make a business model for solution like ours. And the point is that we develop all the time new soundtracks and new things for the patients, and we also develop specific soundtracks for some hospital, some patient. So it could be really complicated to get medical device certification on all our content, because we are developing content every month. So it's complicated, and I think the first motivation for this is the business model, and we can find other smart way to finance our solutions.
So thank you, Benoit. I think we are at the end of the conference. So thank you for your feeling, your vision, presenting your path life.
Thank you very much for the invitation and the coffee. Just to make a little bit to make a more insist on this. I'm gonna quit after the conclusion of Luca, of course. I'm gonna quit this webinar, and I will meet you again in the Zoom relax session if you want. Of course, it's as you want. So you can have a session in French and in English, and of course we're starting by English session. And to really insist on it, it's not a specific patient session, it's generalist session for you, just for relax in a few minutes.
Okay. So thank you, Benoit, for this relaxation and meditation time you will offer us. So thank you guys for listening, and see you very soon for a new episode of the ITF alumni. So it was a great pleasure to talk to you, Benoit, and to discover your solution. And thank you all for participating at this event, and have a nice weekend. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, and I'll meet you again in the relaxation. See you.
Thank you.